Black Squad, what up? I am Kenyatta Black, and this is yet another episode of Konvos with Kenyatta. Konvos with Kenyatta, Vol.7. Did a bitch just try to gaslight me? Man, me? Why would you even waste your fucking time? We're gonna get into it. Make sure you are following me on Facebook. The mean streets of the Facebook ghetto are turning out to be a very good source of content these days. So make sure you're following me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram so you can catch the Live with Martin Schwartz series. That is the series that everybody seems to love so much. And it is only viewable on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. Make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then click the bell icon to make sure you are getting all notifications for when I go live, drop a video, or drop a short. Make sure you check out my shorts. And if you like the content and you want to support the platform, go ahead and hit the Cash App, $BLAXKSQUAD, or you can hit the PayPal. All of that is in the description box. Help your boy get a bottle of Moscato. Help me get a bottle of Moscato, man. I'm poor. I need the money. I need a couple dollars. Bottle of Moscato is only like $10, man. Come on. Help brother out. So, as you see here, we're going to get right into it. I came across this on somebody's page. I forget who it was. And as you see, the caption says, "Why do some black men hate dark-skinned women?" Now, I mean, there's a lot that can be said about this. First of all, it is over-exaggerated and overstated. And a lot of brothers is just, at this point, just tired of hearing it. No matter how often, no matter how many times, we tell these chicks that this shit just isn't true. They just keep fucking repeating it. And the bottom line is you have a lot of people who pretty much just want equal opportunity dating is what their real issue is. They want equal opportunity dating. They want a affirmative action plan for dating. You know, I have never in my life look, you're not ugly because you're dark skinned. You're ugly because you're ugly. Kelly Rowland is dark skinned. She fine as hell. Lupita Nyong'o, if I'm saying, I probably said her name wrong, but you know who I'm talking about. Chick from Black Panther. She can get it, especially now. Goddamn, she got thick, didn't she? They was trying to hide. They was trying to hide the booty in Black Panther 2, but I saw the booty. You can't hide booty from me. You can't hide the booty from me. Okay, Lupita got thick. She can get it. What's her name? Janelle Monáe is as much of a raging feminist as she is. We're not gonna pretend like she don't look good. Okay, two things can be true at the same time. All right, she can be a raging feminist that no man with any fucking sense would ever date, and at the same time we can admit and acknowledge that she look good than the motherfucker. She can get it physically. Okay, these are dark-skinned women who are extremely attractive. Naomi Campbell, dark-skinned woman, extremely attractive. Jennifer Hudson, dark-skinned woman, extremely attractive. Then you've got other women, like, say, Rashida Strober, who are not attractive at all. And they want to blame men not choosing them on their dark skin and men having self-hatred issues and colorism issues. like I said, they want to enact some sort of affirmative action dating plan. They want equal opportunity dating, and the fucking world don't work like that. Because they can't get their way, they try to shame black men into dating them. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. So I saw this post here. And rather than take the serious approach to the post, because I think the serious approach has been taken more times than we can count, over and over and over again. And they still keep repeating it, so screw it. I took the road less traveled. I figured I'd poke some fun at this BS. So here's what I said in the caption. I said, my mother is a light-skinned black woman. So according to black women's own logic, I'm only allowed to date and marry light-skinned black women. If I were to sleep with, date, or God forbid, marry a dark-skinned black woman, that would mean I hate my mother. Sorry, black women made the rules, not me. Now, anybody in their right fucking mind would know that that is a joke. Okay? Now, mind you, my mother is a light-skinned woman. My mother is light-skinned. Okay? I mean, there's been times when me and my mother were out somewhere and some Puerto Rican or Mexican came up to my mother and started speaking Spanish, thinking my mother was Puerto Rican or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my mother gets mistaken for a Puerto Rican. Okay, my mother is light-skinned. So that's how I came up with the joke in the first place. Because on one breath, you want to spit this rhetoric about, you know, if a black man has a preference for light-skinned women, that means he's self-hating and, you know, what about your mother? You must hate your mama. Ain't your mama black? Right? So I said to myself, well, my mama's light-skinned. So according to your logic, that means I'm only allowed to date and marry light-skinned women. So you can't say nothing to me for dating light-skinned women, right? Because I find it funny, you know, they like to say that, you know, black women come in all shades and colors, and all shades and colors are to be loved and respected. And it's all, you know, they always keep that energy until a light-skinned sister gets a husband. Have you noticed? Have you noticed that black women come in all shades and all shades and colors are to be respected, but as soon as a light-skinned black woman gets a husband, all hell breaks loose. Soon as a light-skinned black woman gets a husband, everybody got colorist issues. Soon as a light-skinned black woman gets a husband, ain't your mama black? I thought black women came in all shades and all shades and colors were to be loved and respected. And I've been waiting for light-skinned sisters to call this shit out too. But apparently the bond of the sisterhood is so strong that even when a light-skinned sister is when light-skinned sisters are disrespected over and over and over and over again, when the blackness of light-skinned sisters is questioned and devalued over and over and over again, they still don't say nothing. Maybe sooner or later, some light-skinned sisters will start speaking up about that. So if you go here into the comments section, you know, everybody seemed to understand that it was a fucking joke. Except for two people. And what do you know? One of them just happened to be a conscious Negro. Just so happens to be a conscious Negro. Who's probably guilty of exactly what the fuck I'm talking about in the post. So she comes in the comment section and says, foolishness. As if it's not obvious that the post is a joke. as if it's not obvious that the post is sarcastically poking fun at the bullshit that comes out of B-Dub's mouth all the goddamn time, right? Excuse me. Had to pause for a second there. So here comes the bullshit. Here it comes. Foolishness. I said, okay, so tell that to black women then. Because I obviously I think the shit coming out of their mouth is foolish. That's why I'm being sarcastic about the shit that comes out of their mouth. But once again, this is the way of the Negro. I should write a book called The Way of the Negro. This is the way of the Negro. They never say anything to the perpetrators of foolishness. They never say anything to the perpetrators of dysfunction. They never say anything to the perpetrators of toxicity. They never say anything to the ones who are causing the black community to self-destruct, right? So on and so forth. No, they've only got something to say when you say something about the dysfunction, when you say something about the backwardness, when you say something about, the BS that comes out of the B-Dub's mouth. Then they've got something to say to you, right? This is the way of the Negro, ladies and gentlemen. I guarantee you she has never in her fucking life said anything to another sister about keeping all this colorism going. She's never said anything to another sister about dick policing or trying to dick police black men. Guarantee she's never said to another sister, hey sis, why do you care if that brother's with a light-skinned sister? Why does that bother you so much? Leave them brothers alone. I guarantee she never in her fucking life. Never. The way it gets better, here comes the gaslighting. Here comes the gaslighting. So I said, tell that to black women then, right? Now here comes the gaslighting. Here it comes. What age group of black women are you conversing with? I still need a moment. Do you see this pathetic attempt at gaslighting me? What age group of black women are you conversing with? First of all, as if as a grown man, I'm not conversing with black women of all fucking ages. From 18 to fucking 80. Second, as if that rhetoric isn't coming out of the mouths of black women from 18 to 80. But notice do y'all notice what she didn't say? Y'all notice what she didn't say? She didn't say, that's not true. She didn't say, black women don't talk like that. Black women don't say nothing like that. You're making this up. You're lying. You're just making up stuff about black women. You notice she didn't say none of that, right? Okay. Yeah, just notice that. Just notice she didn't say that I was making this shit up. All she could say is foolishness. Then tries to double back and gaslight me. Because look, if I were to say, well, typically, I would say the majority of the sisters that I'm conversing with are between 20 and 30. She would have responded and said, oh, well, that's the problem right there. You're talking to them young chicks. You need to talk to older women, between like their 40s and 50s. Right? And if I would have said, well, typically I'd probably say I'm conversing with sisters in their 40s and 50s. Then she would have said, oh, well, see, that's the problem right there. You know, those chicks in their 40s and 50s, you know, they're stuck in their ways. You got to talk to the younger sisters. You see what I'm saying? No matter what the fuck I said, no, no matter what the fuck I said, she was going to try to point the finger back at me by saying, I'm running into this because of how I'm operating and who I'm talking to. This was the most pathetic attempt at gaslighting that I've seen maybe ever. Maybe ever. Maybe ever. So I say, you know, this is the crap that comes out of the B-Dub's mouth all the time and has been for years. Anytime a brother deals with anything other than a dark-skinned woman, it's a problem. Anytime a brother has a preference for light-skinned women, it's a problem. The dick policing of BW never stops. And the first thing BW want to say is something about somebody's mother. Ain't your mama black? I don't give a fuck how a handful of willfully ignorant people feel about me being sarcastic about the bullshit that comes out of the B-Dub's mouth while they ignore what comes out of their mouth. Because like I said, she doesn't want to talk about what actually comes out of their fucking mouths. She wants to take issue with me saying something about what comes out of their mouths. Oh, I didn't catch this the other day. Your crocodile tears. Oh, wait, let me read this. What the fuck are you ranting about? I don't give a fuck either about your crocodile tears. Go date what the fuck your preference is and live your life according to you. Your anger is being misplaced here. I don't give a fuck who you give your dick to. It's your dick. Man the fuck up and stop whining. Oh, see, so here we go with the just go do what you do and be quiet. Like they tell the passport bros, right? Go ahead and get your passports and go to the Philippines and Thailand and Brazil and Colombia, wherever you want to go. Just be quiet about it, i.e., don't wake up other black men to the option of being able to do the same thing, thus waking them up to the poor options that they have here in dealing with us, right? So here we go again with basically the same thing, basically along the same lines. Man the fuck up and stop whining. First of all, who was whining? Who was whining? Who exactly was whining? I said what I said in the post, sarcastically and jokingly. Then I told you, tell that to black women then. And then here, after you want to go with what age of black woman are you talking to, that BS, I explain here in my second fucking response, this is the shit that comes out of their fucking mouths repeatedly. And I don't give a fuck how a handful of willfully ignorant people talking about you, I don't give a damn how you feel about me being sarcastic about the bullshit that comes out of their mouth. So where the fuck was I whining at? So here we have more gaslighting. And this is a new one. She just put this one up yesterday. I didn't see that. She late to the motherfucker. But see, the only reason she would be so bothered by this post is if she's guilty of what I'm talking about in the post. It's the only reason she's bothered by this shit is because she's guilty of exactly what I'm talking about. She is part of the PPD, the Penis Police Department. Rosa Bailey West is part of the PPD. Period. It's the only reason she would be this bothered by the shit. And now down here, we had a brother. That's right, brother. Can you believe it? Dante Tsunami Sims. Y'all ignorant as fuck. I'm done. Really? So you gonna come on here, one, acting like you didn't catch the sarcasm in that fucking post. And then two, you as a black man in America, you gonna come on here and pretend like you've never heard that rhetoric coming out of black women's mouths. As a grown ass black man in America, you can't be a you can't be 16 years old as a black man, as a young black man. You can't be 16 years old without being very familiar with that rhetoric. So I know this brother, as a grown ass man, is extremely familiar with the rhetoric. But he gonna come on here acting like he don't know nothing about that. They can't stand it. They can't stand. Here's what they can't stand. I'm gonna show you what they can't stand. They can't stand exactly what the fuck I just said here. They can't stand that a black man took their stupid ass, backward, illogical rhetoric and flipped it on its fucking head. That's what they can't stand. That is what they can't stand. They can't stand that they got outsmarted by a black man. Can't stand it. Ain't your mama black? Yeah, well, my mama light skinned. So let's read it again. My mother is a light-skinned black woman, so according to black women's own logic, I'm only allowed to date and marry light-skinned black women. If I were to sleep with, date, or God forbid, marry a dark-skinned black woman, that would mean I hate my mother. Sorry, black women made the rules, not me. Because ain't that the truth? Black women made these rules. I'm just playing by your rules. Don't be mad because I'm playing by your rules, but me playing by your rules doesn't uh, 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 doesn't turn out the way you'd like it to turn out. You know, me personally, and a whole lot of other black men, we are absolutely done trying to cater to and tiptoe around the insecurities of black women. We don't give a fuck anymore. It's 2023. We don't give a damn about your insecurities over your skin tone. We don't give a damn about your insecurities about your hair and your features and this, that, and the other. We don't give a damn anymore about your insecurities with light-skinned black women and white women and Latin women and every other group of women. We don't give a fuck anymore. We don't care who hurt you. We don't care about what kind of fucking trauma you went through with your daddy and your ex-baby and your baby daddy and all that. We don't give a damn. We don't care. When you come to the table, the only thing that fucking matters is, are you a decent human being? Can we get along with you? Do you have a pleasant attitude? Are you pleasant to be around? So on and so forth. And if you fail the test, we are on to the next one. And the next one might be a black woman, might be a dark-skinned black woman, might be a brown-skinned black woman, might be a light-skinned black woman, or you know what? Might not be a black woman at all. And let me ask you this. If it's not a black woman, what the fuck are you or these dick policing beta males like Umar Johnson gonna do about it? Not a goddamn thing. With that being said, let's have a conversation. Yeah, let's get that widescreen popping. Let's get that widescreen popping so you can see my handsome face. You know what I'm saying? Sitting here. You know what I realized the other day? You know who I kind of resemble? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like me and that brother we must come from the same tribe. You ever looked at another brother and thought to yourself, damn, me and him must come from the same tribe? We look kind of similar. You know who I realized I resemble a little bit? Adrian Bronner. I realized that shit the other day. Like, damn, I kind of look like Adrian Bronner a little bit. Kind of look the same. You know what I'm saying? A little resemblance there. Yeah, we probably come from the same tribe or something. You know. You know how it is. We probably come from the same tribe. But yeah, man, this whole it was the gaslighting for me. The nerve of Rosa Bailey West, or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm about to give her the fucking boot. She's about to get the fucking boot because she never comments on shit. She never likes anything. She never likes my posts or my fucking videos. She never comments on shit. She only comments when she's fucking triggered or butthurt about something. So, you get the boot. Because I really got a clean house on my page. I really got a clean house on Facebook because when you have so many, I'm beginning to believe that when you have so many, like after so many posts and videos get reported to Facebook, I believe that's when they start to shadow ban your fucking account. So that's why I said a couple of weeks ago, when I make this new page, ain't gonna be no conscious niggas on it. None. Because they the biggest fucking snitches. And, you know, my Kenyatta Black page is shadow banned like you wouldn't fucking believe. Like, for example, that post right there, I posted it on both of my pages. I posted it on the Omani Kenyatta page, and I posted it on the Kenyatta Black page. That post you saw right there had like almost 30 likes and a whole bunch of people in the comment section. On my Kenyatta Black page, it's only got like 3 likes, and I don't think anybody in the comment section. Meanwhile, there's like 3.5 thousand people on the Kenyatta Black page, as opposed to only about 1.8 thousand on the Omani King Kenyatta page. Because that Kenyatta Black page is being shadow banned like a motherfucker. You know. But yeah, like on my King Kenyatta page, that's been my backup page for like the last year. There's still some conscious Negroes on that page. After about a week of me posting consistently on that page, I started getting little notifications from Facebook. I couldn't post pictures from the 19th to the 25th because somebody reported some shit. And then somebody reported something else. And then it hit me. Oh, you know what? That's right. I got these conscious Negroes on this page. Because, bro, I haven't been reported for nothing in a minute. Since I've been on that Kenyatta Black page, I haven't been reported about nothing for a minute. Like, trust me when I tell you, man. Trust me when I tell you. If you are one of those people who every time you turn around, you're getting a notification about one of your posts, something getting flagged down, you getting suspended for 7 days or 30 days, this is happening to you over and over and over.
trust me when I tell you, go through your friends list, get rid of them conscious Negroes, and you will not have that fucking problem anymore. You will not have that problem anymore. I'm trying to tell you. It's them. It's them. I said it before, I'll say it again. The black conscious community is the biggest circle of Facebook snitches on that entire app, yo. On that entire app. The biggest Facebook snitches. You post anything they don't like, it's getting reported. And isn't that something? Ain't that something? A conscious Negro reporting a black man to the white man. Ain't that something? You gonna go run tell the white man on me? Oh. So you's a conscious house nigga. Oh man. But not to deviate too far from the subject. You know, I truly believe I'm really maturing. I'm so much more of a mature man than I was even 5 years ago. Because I'm at the point now where a lot of shit I just don't find being worthy of arguing about. And for those of you who've been around for the last 5, 6, 7 years, I got plenty of people who've been rocking with me for 5, 6, 7 years. You know, way before I ever started a YouTube channel. We've been on, you know, my Facebook for like 5, 6, 7 years. Y'all know back then, 5, 6, 7 years ago, there was nothing I loved more than to argue with somebody about something. There was nothing I loved more. I lived for debate. I used to love the debate. Matter of fact, Justin, my cousin Justin, and his wife Kenzie, right? They could tell you about a great debate that took place one day on like a little private post. It was just me, my cousin Justin, his wife Kenzie, and me and Justin's cousin Saul, right? Now, Saul is married to a white woman, right? And at the time, I was a hardcore black nationalist, right? And so I figured, do we have an issue here? You know, I don't like problems, but I know how to deal with them. You know what I'm saying? It's probably just me. And here I'll go talk about how much I've matured. I've matured in that area. But when it comes to these, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm eager to use these. I haven't used these in a while. I haven't put these on somebody in a while. Truth be told, I don't think that's something I'm ever gonna let go. That's just too much a part of me. That's just too much a part of me. You know what I mean? Like I came out the womb ready to put these on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I mean? It gets to a point where it's like you gotta acknowledge it's not something you do, it's who you are. You know what I mean? And that's just who the fuck I am, you know. But you know, once you hit a certain age, you know, 18, you can't just go running around putting your hands on people without going to jail. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of have to you know, pick your spots, you know. Anyway, look, this post, right? It was just me, my cousin Justin, his wife Kenzie, and me and Justin's cousin Saul. And I can't remember, you know what it was? Saul, I think Saul was on my page for about, like, he was on my friends list for, I don't know, a couple weeks at the most, right? And a lot of the stuff that I was posting apparently had him very fucking triggered. Had him very fucking triggered, right? So he goes on his page and leaves this long ass post about angry black people and he said something, you know, he said something most house Negroes say about if you go to Africa, they gonna kill you or something, you know, typical house nigga babble, you know. So Justin, my cousin Justin, now Justin, you my dude, man, you my favorite cousin, but you an instigator, bro. You an instigator. Justin like to instigate shit. So Justin, Justin took a screenshot of his post and put up his own post with the screenshot, and then gonna tag me and Saul in the fucking post. You know what I'm saying? Knowing damn well it's about to be an argument or a debate and shit. So, long story short, I smoked the shit out of Saul in that little debate, you know, and smoked him so bad he started going and deleting all his comments so nobody could see anything, you know, so nobody could see what was said. And then here go Kenzie with her jokes. She said, Saul, you can't, she said, you can't just delete everything because you lost. You know what I'm saying? You can't just delete everything because you lost, right? You know, but that's an example right there. Like, there was a time where I lived for debating and arguing with people and shit, right? You know, and it's fun sometimes. It's fun to argue and debate sometimes. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not making no money arguing with you, debating with you. And see, here's one of the main, I think the main reason why I have no desire to argue and debate with people is because there was a time when my whole reasoning behind debating with people was because I wanted to spread the truth and spread correct information. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna debate this person, and I'm gonna dismantle every one of their fucking arguments, not because I want to show people how fucking smart I am, but because I want this person to acknowledge the facts. I want this person to acknowledge the truth. Then one day I realized that's not how the fuck that works. That's not how that works. You can debate somebody till the cows come home. You can dismantle every one of their arguments. You can completely shatter their fucking belief. They will get up from the table and walk away still believing the bullshit they believed when they sat down at the table. So I don't see the fucking point in arguing and debating with people. You know, so I'm not gonna sit there and go back and forth with people like that. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. And for those of you who've been around for a while, that's why you don't see me going back and forth with people anymore. That's why you don't see me typing out those long ass essays that I used to type out about various subjects, you know, trying to spread information and truth to people. That's why you don't see me doing it anymore. That's why, because it's a waste of fucking time. It is a waste of time. I think I've gotten off the subject here. But yeah, man, it's old, man. It's old. It is very old. This whole how do I put this? It's almost like the black community has a well-oiled propaganda machine. A well-oiled propaganda machine for the purpose of taking every opportunity to shine light on the B-Dub in a positive manner, yet somehow, some way, completely ignoring any and everything that's negative. The negative behavior, the negative attitudes, the negative rhetoric, all of it. All of it. Somehow, some way, managing to ignore all of that. And if you say something about it, you're the fucking bad guy. And we are, and we'll use any and every shaming tactic, gaslighting tactic, you name it, to do it. Like Shorty gonna ask me that dumbass question, what age range of black women are you talking to, or are you conversing with? As if we're not getting the same rhetoric from the B-Dubs in their 20s and the B-Dubs in their fucking 50s and 60s. But like I said, that was nothing but gaslighting and an attempt to redirect the fucking conversation. That was a piss poor attempt to redirect the conversation to where the finger could be pointed at me. Because no matter what age range of women I'm talking, I would, like, okay, if I were to actually respond to that question like a dumbass and say, well, the majority of the B-Dubs that I talk to are between their 20s and 30s. Oh, well, that's the problem right there. You see, you've got to deal with, you've got to have some conversations with black women in their 40s and 50s. Now, if I were to say, oh, well, you know, the majority of the B-Dubs that I converse with are probably in their 40s and 50s, then she would say, oh, well, that's because you're dealing with sisters in their 40s and 50s. See, those women are stuck in their ways. You've got to talk to the younger women. See, it's no matter what you say, no matter what answer you give in response to that gaslighting question, it's nothing but a manner to redirect the conversation to where they can try to point the finger back at you. Say, it's just you. It's because you are doing something wrong. Like, seriously. It's pathetic, man. Pathetic. But yeah, that's I mean, to me, that's, look, man, don't be upset because I took your own logic and flipped it on its head and used it against you. I mean, that tends to happen when you say stupid shit. When you say stupid shit, it's really not difficult for somebody to come along and take the stupid shit that you said, flip it, and use it against you. Because what you said was fucking retarded in the first place. Repeatedly, we hear this crap. Because so many sisters have these insecurities. Just keep it all the way 100. They got all these insecurities with lighter complected women. You know, for example, I always say, you know, the sisterhood always says, you know, the B-dub comes in all shades and colors, and all shades and colors are to be loved and respected. I say, yeah, until a light-skinned woman gets a husband. When a light-skinned sister gets a husband, then all hell breaks loose, right? All hell breaks loose then, right? But I thought all the shades of the melanated woman were to be loved and respected. But for some reason, every time a light-skinned sister gets a husband, the dark-skinned sisters want to start screaming self-hatred. And ain't your mama black? So here's what I'd like to do. So that's what I came up with for the sisters. For the sisters who like to, you know, try to keep that stupidity going. Because the truth of the matter is, my mother is a light-skinned black woman. As a matter of fact, sometimes we'll be out and some Puerto Rican or Mexican person will come up to my mother and start speaking Spanish to her. Thinking she's Puerto Rican or something. Right? My mother is a light-skinned black woman. So, by that logic, I am only allowed to date and marry light-skinned black women. Because if I were to date anything other than a light-skinned black woman, that would mean that I must hate my mother. I'm only trying to play by your rules. What's the problem? What's the problem? I thought you wanted black men to play by your rules. Jeez. I play by your rules and you're still not satisfied. Seriously. Yeah, didn't see that coming. Didn't see that coming, yeah. Because what was that? That was Konvos with Kenyatta, Volume 3. She's never satisfied. She's never satisfied, man. I mean, come on. Again, I'm playing by your rules. What's the problem? I'm literally telling you that I'm going to play by the rules that you have set, and you're upset about it. Don't get mad. Don't get mad because a black man outsmarted you. Don't get mad. I know you think you're smarter than every black man breathing, but don't get mad because a black man outsmarted you. Because that's what you're really mad about, too. That's what you're really mad about. That's why you're trying to pretend, coming on that post, trying to pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. Like you've never heard that coming out of black women's mouths. Matter of fact, what's that chick's name? Rashida Strober. Rashida Strober. What is she? She calls herself the dark-skinned activist. She has made activism. She's created activism out of being a dark-skinned black woman. And now, mind you, what's funny about her? What's really funny about her? This is another just shining example of the hypocrisy of the B-dub. She tells you that you can't trust. I seen one of her posts. She posted, this was probably like a year ago, she posted, you can't trust a black woman. Oh, excuse me, she said you can't trust a black man who's not married to a dark-skinned black woman, specifically dark-skinned black woman. Meanwhile, her boyfriend is light-skinned. Yeah, the dark-skinned activist has a light-skinned boyfriend. You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. The dark-skinned activist has a light-skinned boyfriend. While she tells you you can't trust a black man who doesn't have a dark-skinned sister. But see, here's the thing. None of us should be surprised about that. You should not be surprised about that one bit, because look at the black, Rashida Strober aside, she's just one person. Look at the entire community. Specifically, look at the entire community of black women. Just last week, I did a video about it. Just last week, the B-Dub was wishing death on Jamie Foxx just because he's dated a handful of white women. As you know, we all know, Jamie Foxx was in the hospital fighting for his life. And just because he dated a handful of white women, there was a large constituency of B-Dubs wishing death on him. As a matter of fact, one of your most well-known conscious black women came in the comment section on one of my posts about it last week. Art Kathy came in my comment section in the post where I was asking, the initial post where I was asking, was that even true? Where I was asking a question. I was saying, I'm hearing that sisters are wishing death on Jamie Foxx. Does anybody have screenshots of this? I want to see proof. On that very post, Art Kathy came in the comment section and was upset that I was asking for proof. And if you've ever seen Art Kathy's videos, the reason Art Kathy was upset is because Art Kathy is also one of those B-Dubs who was wishing death on Jamie Foxx. So they wished death on Jamie Foxx just because he married because he dated a handful of white women. When Kobe Bryant died in that helicopter crash, they celebrated his death. Now, mind you, as if that's not wicked enough, remember, it wasn't just Kobe Bryant who died on that helicopter. Kobe Bryant's daughter was on that helicopter. 12 years old, Gigi, who had her entire life ahead of her. I think there were a few other children on that helicopter. In total, there were 9 people on that helicopter. And remember, black women celebrated. They celebrated Kobe Bryant's death all because he was married to a Mexican woman. Peep the hypocrisy. Peep the hypocrisy. Let black women tell it. Maya Angelou is some kind of fucking hero. Don't ask me what she ever did, other than write a few poems. But for some reason, Maya Angelou is supposed to be some kind of hero. And Maya Angelou had 2, not 1, but 2 white husbands in her lifetime. Did the B-Dub ever wish death on Maya Angelou? Did the B-Dub celebrate her death? Of course not. Not at all. What about Serena Williams? Serena Williams is a black woman married to a white guy. Do black women have anything to say about that? They've got nothing to say about that. They still champion her. They still cheer her. They don't have not one negative thing to say about her. She's still a role model as far as they're concerned. She's still a role model for little black girls to look up to, right? So you shouldn't be surprised one bit by the hypocrisy of a Rashida Strober when the entire collective of B-dubs have shown this hypocrisy over and over and over again. Listen, don't you find it strange? Don't you find it strange? Don't you find it to be strange that these same B-dubs who sit around complaining about who black male celebrities and black male ball players are dating when they date non-black women, don't you find it funny how they know every single black male celebrity and every single black male ball player who's with a non-black woman, but when it comes to black female celebrities who are with non-black men, they pretend like they didn't know? Maya Angelou, for example. Don't you know that sisters in the conscious community will pretend, when you tell them, they'll pretend they didn't know that? Really? Are you sure? I didn't know. Now, mind you, again, they can tell you every single black male celebrity who's with a non-black woman. Every one of them. But anytime it comes down to a black female celebrity with a non-black guy, they didn't know about it. And again, that includes your conscious sisters. That includes your conscious sisters. You see, when you're engaged in something as ridiculous and futile as dick policing, I suppose you have to tell all sorts of lies and omit all sorts of truth to engage in something as foolishness, as foolish as dick policing in the first place.
Oh, he wasn't an intern. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. She was going through like on the website where you could see all the people that they do.
One thing you could never accuse the black man of is trying to police who black women are attracted to, what black women are attracted to, and who black women date and marry. Can't do it. As much as you would love to, you can't do it. Can't do it. You have never gone on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter and saw a post full of black men in the comment section going on and on and on about how upset they are about a black woman dating a non-black man or being married to a non-black man. You've never seen it. You've never seen it. Because we don't care. We don't care. We never did. Now, the only collective, right? If we're gonna tell something, let's tell the whole truth, right? The only collective of black men who you will see having a problem with that are conscious black men. You know, your I'm not gonna say pro-black, because pro-black is such a vague term that it can mean anything or nothing at all. So let's say, black nationalists, black men, or Pan-African nationalists, black men. Those are the only black men that you're going to see as a collective who have a problem with it. Other than that, we don't care. We don't give a damn. And we're certainly not going to wish death on a B-dub because she decided to date a man who wasn't black. Or celebrate the death of a B-dub because she decided to date a man who wasn't black. It's ridiculous. And you know what? Evil. That is an evil thing to do. It's evil. That's an evil thing to do. To wish. Now, look. Again, if we're going to tell the truth, let's tell the whole truth. It's not to say that there isn't anybody. That's not to say that there isn't anybody who isn't worthy of people wishing death on them. Okay? There are people, you know, like, look, when Hitler died, or I shouldn't have said that. When the man from Germany with the funny mustache, when he died, I'm pretty sure a whole lot of people celebrated. And they were well within their right to fucking celebrate. Okay? The man from Germany with the funny mustache, he did some wicked shit. He was a wicked son of a bitch who deserved to die. Understandable that plenty of people would celebrate his death. Kobe Bryant didn't do anything to anybody. According to the B-Dub, his only crime was marrying a Mexican woman. Jamie Foxx didn't do anything to anybody. According to the B-Dub, his only crime was dating a handful of white women. And to prove that black men never stoop to that level, you know, Tina Turner just passed away a few days ago. Did you see any black men celebrating her death? I didn't see it. I didn't see it. And for those of you who don't know, go check out that video where Judge Joe Brown exposed the truth of what was really going on between Ike and Tina. How Judge Joe Brown exposed the fact that Tina was a well-known pimp from Memphis who used to physically assault the girls who worked for her repeatedly, physically assaulted Ike repeatedly, and he said he witnessed her assaulting him with his own two eyes, hit him over the back with a rake, and I'm talking about one of them old school rakes. You know, this is back in the day. I'm talking about one of them old school rakes with the big, heavy metal teeth. Said she came out the crib because Ike was the one who wrote all the songs. And apparently Ike was in the middle of a little writer's block, so he took a little break to try to clear his mind and then, get back to the writing. Apparently he wasn't writing the song fast enough. Tina comes out the house screaming and hollering, hits him over the back with a fucking rake. Go, had a baby by another man, while she was married to Ike. All of that. and then tried to flip it and paint Ike as the monster, because the whole world is just so willing to believe that a black man is a monster, right? So Ike went to his grave with the whole world believing that he was a woman-beating monster. And a whole lot of black men know the truth of this. That truth spread through the black male population like wildfire. A lot of black men know the truth of this now. When she passed away a few days ago, did you see black men celebrating? I saw black men say a few things here and there, but wouldn't stoop to the level of celebrating her death. And I saw a lot of black men who I know for a fact know the truth of it and just didn't say anything about her passing. I was one of those brothers who I really didn't have nothing nice to say, so I didn't say nothing at all. But the B-Dub, she can't do that. Oh no. Oh no. Because, see, when they do things like that, like take Kobe Bryant for example, the way they celebrated his death, all because he was married to a Latin woman. They're not doing that because they want to tarnish his legacy or tarnish his name so much. They're doing that for you. They're doing that to let you black men know that this is how we're going to look at you, and this is how we're going to view you, and this is what we're going to say about you when you die if you don't marry a black woman. It's like fear tactics, trying to put fear in your heart and in your mind to, as we say, keep you on the plantation. It's a very abusive relationship, isn't it? It's a very abusive relationship. Because, I mean, say you were talking about a one-on-one romantic relationship between a husband and a wife. And I thought I smelled some weed. I thought I smelled some weed for a second. I was like, who the fuck is smoking out here? I'm looking around, I'm looking at people's hands like, who got the blunt? Like, what the fuck? Now, don't get me wrong, weed is actually legal in Connecticut now. So, if somebody were sitting out here right now smoking a blunt, it is what it is. Like, you can smoke weed in Connecticut now. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, it figures they legalize the shit when I quit. Right? But yeah. Amazing. And there's no point, man. There's no point in arguing about it. There's no point in trying to go back and forth with people about the shit. Do you, man? Do you? You know, I said before when I did that, video exposing the B-Dubs who are engaged in this movement of deleting black male babies, using Planned Parenthood to delete specifically black male babies, right? I told you then that shit was the straw that broke the camel's back. To go through that comment section and see all those comments of B-Dubs agreeing with that shit. Several B-Dubs in the comment section had said that they themselves had deleted a few black male babies. I told you then that was the straw that broke the camel's back, and from that point on, I 115% support SYSBM and the PassportBros. I told you that then. So I don't see no point whatsoever in arguing with these chicks, going back and forth, trying to make them see the light of day. You know, first off, you're trying to combat somebody's feelings with logic. And obviously, on a logical level, if you're thinking logically, that makes sense. I'm going to use my logic to dispel this person's emotional argument. But the funny thing about emotion is, emotion doesn't give a damn about your logic. Emotion doesn't give a damn about your logic, man. You know, it's just like, you know, the difference between logic and emotion is like the same difference between truth and belief. When someone believes something, when they have a belief in something, the truth doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And this is what a lot of you people who I still see on Facebook, who still love to debate people 24/7 and have these arguments, you know, these debates where you're basically beating a dead horse because you're debating something that's been debated 100 times over already. And half the stuff that you're debating has already been debated to its conclusion. There's no point in even debating half the shit that I see y'all debating. That's what a lot of you need to learn. That's what a lot of you need to learn. The fact that these people who are debating with their emotion or operating based off their emotion, they don't give a damn about your logic. And these people who have beliefs don't give a damn about the truth. They don't fucking care. They don't give a damn. You are wasting your breath and wasting your time. And the sooner you come to that conclusion, the better. You are not going to save the world with a debate, my friend. It's not going to happen. And I know some of you whose hearts are in the right place, that is what you truly believe. You truly believe that with a little a debate here and a debate there, and spread the truth here and spread the truth there, and spread a little information here and a little bit of information there, and one person at a time, I'm going to save the world. No, you're not. No, you're not. Just let it go. Let it go. You'll be better off, man. Trust me. Put that same focus, that same passion, that same energy into something productive for yourself. And when I started doing that, when I started putting that same passion and energy into doing something productive for my fucking self, yeah, look at the results. Look at the results, baby. You can see the results in the background. Screw them. Screw them. They are not worth it at all. At all. But yeah, man, that pathetic attempt at gaslighting your man prompted this video. I suppose this would be Konvos with Kenyatta Volume 6, or excuse me, Volume 7. I suppose, since I'm out here, you know. I wanted to show y'all that post in the beginning so that you would know exactly what I was talking about, you know. Yeah, so the gaslighting continues. The gaslighting continues. For the black man in America, the gaslighting continues. The attempted dick policing continues. Do y'all seriously not see why so many black men are getting with this whole PassportBros movement? I mean, really? The fact that so many brothers are seriously considering jumping on a fucking plane and going halfway around the world to some country they've never been to before, all for the purposes of finding a woman. I mean, if that doesn't tell you how bad things have gotten here, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But you know what I will say? Again, you know me. If we're going to tell the truth, let's tell the whole truth. A lot of you dudes look, man, a lot of these PassportBros, here's my issue with the PassportBros, right? My issue with the PassportBros is, now granted, you're not just gonna jump on a plane, go to some foreign country, and find a wife the next day. So granted, you're gonna have some fun. You're gonna go over there and have some fun until you find your wife. Okay. My issue though is the majority of these PassportBros are just tricking. Just over there tricking. Like I saw a video like last week before. This passport brother was in the Dominican Republic. They didn't say what city, but I'm pretty sure it was, what's it called? Sosa or something. It's like a well-known tricking spot in the Dominican Republic, right? And his brother was arguing with the chick because she was trying to charge him too much. And I hear this video is all over the internet. I think it was what's his name? O'Shea. I think it was O'Shea Duke Jackson that did the video about it. And the issue is obviously the reputation that the majority of these brothers who are going to these different countries, the reputation that they are creating for foundational black American men. You're going to the Dominican Republic, Brazil, Colombia, Philippines, Thailand. Those are like the main countries. You're going to these countries and you're giving not only the women, but the population as a whole, you're giving them the impression that foundational black American men are a bunch of fucking tricks. That's a problem. That is a serious problem that can have negative effects on more than one level. It can get to a point where you are creating problems for foundational black American men who visit these countries who ain't even on no PassportBros shit. They're just visiting these countries for whatever reason, business purposes, pleasure, doesn't matter. They're visiting these countries and they gotta come behind you. You know what I'm saying? There was a time when black men operated a certain way for the sake of knowing that there's another black man who's gonna have to come behind me. But a lot of these PassportBros ain't doing that. And my thing is this, I'm with the PassportBros as far as obviously the concept of going overseas to find a wife. Here's my thing. Don't use the rhetoric of going overseas to find a wife so that you can go over there and get your trick on under the guise that you went overseas to find a wife. If you're going overseas to find a wife, great, go find a wife. Go find a wife. Which is why I said a couple of months ago, it's getting to the point now where the passport bros are gonna have to start showing some receipts. You're gonna have to start showing some receipts. You're gonna have to, like, where are the wives? Where are the wives? I mean, there's only so long that you can say that you're going overseas looking for wives and then keep coming back without a wife. At some point, you're going to get called out on it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, you're going to get called out on it, and you're not going to be in a position to even attempt to try to lie about it, because, look, after 3 years of a movement, right? Say 3 years. After 3 years of a Passport Bros movement, there should be plenty of Passport Bros who have wives. We're not seeing, we're seeing a few. We're seeing a few here and there, but we're not seeing nearly as many as we should be seeing. But we are always hearing these stories about tricks. Getting robbed. Getting drugged. Arguing with the chick about her trying to charge too much. Because she knows you from America and you got that American money. So she's trying to charge you gringo prices, basically. Because that's how she looks at you. Regardless of the fact that you're a brother, she knows you got that American money. I mean, the tricking, look, man, y'all, first of all, y'all already know how I feel about tricking. Y'all already know how I feel about that shit. I do not advocate tricking whatsoever. Whatsoever. The only exception is the man who's considered to be an incel. If you're a man who falls into the incel category, then maybe that's what you need to do. Okay? But a lot of you, I would argue that the majority of you who are tricking do not fall into the incel category. You're just lazy. You're just lazy. So you're taking the easy way. You're taking the easy way and just paying for it. It's lazy. I don't condone it. I don't condone it at all. Not one bit. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit here and be mean about it and call people names and all that. I'll just say I don't condone it. Not one bit. I remember a time amongst foundational black American men, tricking was frowned upon to the point of being a foundational black American male cultural taboo. Where if we knew about some dude paying for the sex, we would clown the shit out of him. Clown the shit out of him. Like, what the fuck you mean, bruh? Paying? No, bruh. Nah. But yeah, man, Passport Bros, man, y'all gonna have to start producing some receipts, man. I'm gonna have to start producing some wives. Pretty soon, the Cynthia G's and the Tanya TKOs, they're gonna have a fields day with y'all. I'm trying to tell you. The Cynthia G's and the Tanya TKOs and the what do they call themselves? Divestors. The divestors who follow them, they are gonna have a fucking fields day picking apart everything you claim to be going over there for. Because, I mean, it's as simple as after so long, the simple argument is going to be, you claim you're going over here for wives. Where the fuck are your wives? After 2 years, after 3 years, after 4 years, 5 years, where are all these wives you said you were going over there to get? So, hey, I support you. I support you. And because I support you, I'm just showing you where you're fucking up. I'm just showing you where you're fucking up. And that is definitely where you're fucking up. That is definitely where you're fucking up. I mean, look, man. Go on over to the Philippines, you know, go up in the mountains. Go up in the mountains and find you a beautiful Filipina chick. And just straight up, like, yo, come back to America with me. Take care of you. We got running water, we got ice cream, electricity, you know what I'm saying? Cars and shit. You ever had McDonald's? Look, man, it shouldn't be that hard to get a wife overseas, man. It really shouldn't. It really shouldn't. And I understand what a lot of people say. As far as I understand the logic, I understand the logic as far as, you know, not wanting to bring them back here, you know, because they'll more than likely be poisoned by American society and feminism and American women and so on and so forth. I get the logic behind that, and I agree that that is definitely an issue. However, it's not, I don't think it's reasonable to believe that every man who goes overseas for a wife is going to want to stay overseas with that woman. As a matter of fact, I would argue that most men who would go overseas for a wife would probably want to come back to America with their wife. So all I'm saying is, and then too, I don't think it's reasonable to believe that most men would be able to afford to start a whole new life overseas, right? Some men, at least some men are not going to be able to do that, right? So at the very least, we could say some men are going to have to come back to America with their wives, right? So for those men, I would say, look, is it really that hard to find a wife overseas? Is it really that hard? I don't think it should be. I don't think it should be. Especially not after all the things that y'all have said about them. If those women are anything like how you describe them to be, it should be fairly easy to find a wife overseas. So I'm really starting to ask the question, where are all the wives that the Passport Bros said they were going to get? You said you were going overseas to get wives. Where are your wives? It's a reasonable question. It is a reasonable question. And look, I know you can point to this person and that person, Dennis Sperling, even though I don't think Dennis Sperling was a Passport Bro. Was he? Whether he was or not, I know you can point to a handful of brothers here and there. What I'm saying is, it should be more than a handful. It should be more than a handful. It's starting to give the appearance that the majority of these guys going overseas are not going overseas for wives. They're just going overseas to trick off a little money. if that's what you're doing, you know, you're a grown man, you can do what you want to do. There's another grown man who could tell you different, right? But I don't think it's cool for you to be hiding that behind somebody else's movement. If these people have created a movement called Passport Bros, and the whole concept of the Passport Bros is we are going overseas to find wives. If you are not interested in going overseas to find a wife, then you should not join yourself to that movement for the sake of tarnishing that movement. Because that's exactly what you're going to do. You can't join a movement that was created for the purpose of going somewhere to find wives, and you join that movement so you can go somewhere and trick off. Because obviously, again, like I said, you're tarnishing the movement, and inevitably you're going to be the reason that that fucking movement falls apart. You're going to be the reason that that movement loses its validity. Yeah, so I would actually caution the real Passport Bros to get them fucking squares out your circle, or in this case, get them tricks out your circle. The same way I keep cautioning the MGTOW brothers to get them squares, get the squares out of their circle, specifically get the incels out of their circle. Incels are not MGTOW. That's another thing I keep trying to explain to the MGTOW brothers. Stop letting those incels come among you and claim your set. Stop letting them claim your set, man. You know, for those of you who didn't see the video, I'll explain it again. An incel cannot claim to be a MGTOW. MGTOW is obviously MGTOW is about, you know, men going their own way. And it's basically, you know, men who went through hell and high water in relationships, whether it was relationships or marriage, maybe went through a hell of a fucking divorce and decided, you know what, I'm gonna go my own way. You know, the game is rigged here in America as far as marriage and divorce and family court. The game is rigged against men. I'm not playing that game anymore. I'm going my own way. That's who the MGTOW movement was created for. Men who've actually had experiences with women, okay? It wasn't created for incels. The whole problem with incels is that they can't get fucking women in the first place. Okay? They can't get a woman in the first fucking place. So how is it that you're an incel and then you're claiming that you're fucking MGTOW? Because it's real easy for an incel to claim I'm going my own way when they can't get women in the first fucking place. You know what I'm saying? It's like a homeless man claiming he don't want $1 million. And the incels are very angry. They're very angry. And they say all sorts of things about women. Because they're angry at the women who don't want them. You know. And then you MGTOW brothers, you allow these incels to come among you, and then they start making you look crazy. Get them squares out your circle. See, what I've noticed, right, in these circles that kind of make up the I guess you could say the manosphere, right? You've got what? You've got your Passport Bros, you've got MGTOW, you've got your incels, you got what? SYSBM, IBMOR, right? You got all these different factions that make up the manosphere. And what I've noticed in the manosphere is men for whatever reason, because men don't seem to have this problem any other time. But for some reason in the manosphere, it's like men are tiptoeing around the feelings of other men. Don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, you know. You don't want to say anything too mean, you know. No, fuck that. Get them squares out your circle, bro. And let them know, look, man, you're a square. You don't fit here. The way you operate does not align with how we operate. Okay, this is what we are about over here. Okay, you don't fit into this equation, so you need to go the fuck over there and stay there. Don't you bring your ass back over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. Like I said, man, MGTOWs need to get them incels out your fucking circle, and PassportBros need to get them tricks out your circle. Because I'm telling you, the incels are a cancer within the MGTOW movement, and the tricks are a cancer within the PassportBros movement. Remember, I fucking said it. Because I know you ain't gonna do nothing about it. I know you ain't gonna fucking do nothing about it. And in the end, I'm gonna be right. The incels are gonna disgrace and destroy the MGTOW movement, and the fucking tricks are gonna disgrace and destroy the PassportBros. Remember I said it. Remember I said it. Doesn't take a genius. Doesn't take a prophet to figure it out. Anytime you allow a cancer to fester, it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse until it inevitably destroys its host. Period. And that's what's going to happen. That is what's going to happen. But I think I've ran my mouth long enough. I'm going to get up out of here. This has been yet another episode of Konvos with Kenyatta. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram, especially Instagram, so you can catch the Live with Martin Swartz series. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to go upstairs right now and add another installment to that series. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to make sure you are getting all notifications for when I go live, drop a video, or drop a short. And make sure you check out my shorts. My shorts are better than your favorite YouTubers, I promise you. And if you like the content and you want to support the platform, go ahead and bless the Cash App, $BLAXKSQUAD, or you can hit the PayPal. All of that is in the description box, and I will holla at y'all on the next one. Deuces.